When two tiny animals were stuck at the bottom of a completely full dumpster, they had no idea if their desperate cries for help would ever be heard. But just when their anguished squeals began to seem futile, a kind-hearted passerby came to their rescue. In fact, this desperate story came to light because of the quick action of the Good Samaritan, who happened to overhear these strange noises coming from the metal dumpster in Los Angeles. Unable to stand by and do nothing, the kind stranger alerted the LA Animal Rescue Organization. An all-volunteer nonprofit, LA Animal Rescue finds, medically treats, and then puts into foster homes all of the animals that they rescue from the streets of Los Angeles. As part of the organization's efforts to reduce the problem of homeless pets, it also provides free spaying and neutering services. Volunteers Armando Navarrete and Annette Ramirez are from LA Animal Rescue, and they arrived at the dumpster to learn that there were two tiny kittens buried deep in the garbage pile. Amazingly, the rescuers managed to locate the first tiny, black ball of fur using micro cameras attached to long poles. The two meowlers had somehow escaped, having their tiny bodies crushed by the tremendous weight of garbage on top of them. But as the rescuers got a better look at the little animals, they realized that the kittens weren't yet old enough to be weaned from their mother's milk. So with no time to waste, Navarrete and Ramirez got to work lifting the first of the adorable felines to safety. The pair used specialist equipment that included a long pole with a loop or rope at the end for the job. So Ramirez was able to lasso the black kitten and hand it to a waiting Navarrete. However, the second kitten proved slightly harder to locate. Nevertheless, the rescuers probed the fully loaded skip with their small camera, and they finally found the black and white kitten at the bottom of the dumpster. It quickly dawned on Navarrete and Ramirez, though, that they would be unable to reach the cat by simply leaning over the top of the dumpster, even with their long catch pole. Naturally, then, they decided to cut open the lock on the dumpster with an electric saw. Carefully, the duo used the sparking power tool to slowly open the dumpster door. And after a few nervous seconds in which clumps of rubble fell to the floor, the sounds of a tiny kitten cut through the air. The kitten is then cautiously pulled from the garbage pile. "Oh my God, it's so little," Ramirez remarked as she handed the kitten over to Navarrete. Later, LA Animal Rescue posted a video of the dramatic rescue on YouTube to highlight the amazing work of its volunteers. "Two kittens were rescued from, of all places, the bottom of a full dumpster," read the caption. Nav and Net headed out to the valley and discovered a fully loaded trash dumpster at an apartment complex, the post continued. The complex was remodeling a unit and left behind a locked dumpster stacked to the top with debris. Outlining the risks of the operation, the rescue center revealed the concern was if the dumpster was to be opened, the debris would come crashing down and crush the kittens. So smart, specialized equipment and power tools were utilized to safely and successfully rescue the two kittens. Unfortunately, it's not the first time that animal rescue services have been called to save a set of kittens from an LA dumpster. In 2013, for instance, 6 little kittens were found dumped in the Castaic area of the city. Luckily for them, they were rescued by Richard Kerr and the Citizens for Sheltered Animals, which helped nurse the cats back to health. In this case, the kittens were said to be close to death and were so young that they still had their umbilical cords attached. In times like these, then, it's reassuring that people like Kerr, Navarrete, Ramirez, and, well, of course, the Good Samaritans who call them there for help. Indeed, it's a welcome reminder to always be vigilant about observing your surroundings. Thankfully, the dumpster diving kittens from the valley are now stable and up for adoption, and it shouldn't be long until they get their happily ever after. In fact, the cute twosome have already drummed up many fans thanks to their incredible story. For example, the comments below their rescue video are awash with kind thoughts from well-wishers for the young animals. "Glad these sweet kittens were rescued," wrote one commenter. "Who would do this? They're so adorable," added another. And while just how they ended up in the dumpster will remain a mystery, the kittens are now in safe foster hands thanks to LA Animal Rescue. Each month, then, the foster parents bring their tiny charges to adoption meetings where the public can meet the animals in need of a forever family. Of course, it's not just cats that are lucky enough to benefit from the organization's special care. No, the foster parents helping the rescue team are also hosting numerous dogs, 2 ducks, a rabbit, and even a pig, all of which are in need of loving, permanent homes. I hope you liked this video. If so, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to make sure you never miss a video from our channel.